Oh boy, we're going into a different direction. Okay, so I worked as a consultant for a unnamed company for a little while, and it was premise was um, storing financial and personally identifiable information on a blockchain. The general consensus that we tried to live by was all cryptography will eventually be broken. Now, Bitcoin has clockwork math associated with it, so we're throwing away data. So that's why we use SHA-256, and we do it twice, where there's no correlation between the input and the output. When you actually start encrypting data and storing it on a blockchain, if we just go by the premise that all encryption will eventually be, broken, you have to be very, very careful with what you store on a public ledger. And when it comes down to personal health information, granted there are some encryption methods out there that are national security level and crazy complicated, which most likely won't be cracked anytime soon. I know we see like quantum computing resistant cryptography and all sorts of stuff. Do I think it's a good idea? Not necessarily. Will we see it? Yes. Just because eventually it might get cracked doesn't mean it's not going to be a big part of the future ecosystem. The health insurance portability issue, or sorry, health information and the portability of health information in mainly in America is very, very inefficient. I actually wrote software for insurance companies in a brief part of my history, and I learning about the different medical formats for transmitting health information, and knowing that different medical providers actually use different formats, and there wasn't a standardization. And it's an uphill battle on a bunch of different fronts to put identity on the blockchain. And I don't know if that answers your question, Lance, but eventually, yes, we will do it. It's going to take a lot of work, though, and a lot of coordination, because we're talking just in America, we have a huge disconnect between medical providers. And now if you try to open this up to a global identity of personal health information, you've got an uphill battle to get everyone on the same rails.